It's 4 o'clock in Los Angeles. It's 6 o'clock in Chicago, and it's 7 p.m. in Philadelphia. Hello, everybody. I'm Mad Dog DeCipio. This is America's Popcast. What's the buzz? And I am, God forbid, I'm joined by Amelia. She's back. Amelia the Pitbull Chat. How you doing, Amelia? I was nice to you last night, but I got to go back to. I have to
being your true self.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. How I behaved myself last night because we had a very special guest. That was a hell of a show, too, by the way. We're going to talk about that in a minute. What have you been up to?
Nothing, just going to work and just excited that my granddaughter gets to go home tomorrow.
Good. Yeah, Amelia, the grandma, or excuse me, the glamma. She gets to have the grandbaby at home for a little bit tomorrow. She's coming out of the hospital.
Yes.
She gained a little bit of weight, right? She put some weight on. Good.
And she passed her hearing test, and they wanted to make sure she was able to bottle feed really well. So she's doing really well with that. So they said she's ready to go home.
Beautiful. Leon's here. Rosie's here.
And Rosie.
Beautiful. My crew, my posse. Yo. Last night we had a very, very special guest on the show. I gotta tell you something. That was one of the most fun shows I think we've had in a long time. Because all we did was laugh all night. Taylor Blackwell, whose new film is called It Happened, the Judy Tenuta story, or I should say, it happened.
Yes.
It happened. She is, I want to tell you something. She really nailed the persona and the energy and spirit of Judy Tenuta in that film that we saw. And then, of course, we saw the real Judy Tenuta last night. And I'll tell you what, you got to say she did a really great job.
Right.
She did a really good job. What did you think of last night's show?
It was fantastic to learn, how you had said that she embodied the spirit of Judy.
Yeah.
And she took over, and she really was impressed with that.
Well, and I think there's no other way to say it, is that the spirits connected. And the funny thing, here's the funny thing about that. Earlier in the show, she talked about her and Judy did the voiceover on the same movie, but they never got to meet each other.
No.
Now, people don't understand that. They think that, you're in this movie together, that, everybody knows each other. You very rarely get to meet the people that you work with.
Right.
I've done a lot of voiceover work, especially early in my career. And I did voices with like a lot of famous people that I never met.
Right.
Never met them. I met a lot of famous people that I never worked with. And then I worked with a lot of people like, on radio that I never knew.
Right.
Because they record their part, you record your part, and everybody does their part. And then the editors, they put everything together, and it becomes like, that's the product, and you're just, you just become a voice on a piece of film.
Yeah, and that's it.
That's it. You get your pay and go home.
Right.
Let's see who's up there in the Leon. It was a good show. Leon, you remember, we talked about this last night, Leon. You remember Judy Tenuta. What can comedy today learn, Amelia? What can we learn today from somebody like Judy Tenuta?
They can learn what it was like to be a best comedian without having to use a lot of curse words, and what it was like to just take joke after joke and right on the spot, just click, boom, right after another.
You said it right there. To be able to do clean comedy and still be fucking funny.
Exactly.
I saw a comedian on what was it, like Comedy Central? Is that they call it?
Yes, Comedy Central.
Okay. I don't think in between F bombs, I don't think there was a joke.
No, there's all F bombs or the C
And
word
they're laughing
or
at here's the funny thing
yeah,
though. They're laughing at the F bomb.
yeah,
Really? That's the punchline?
yeah. That was
F?
it.
Really?
Or MF
That-
or this that and
exactly. Thank you.
SOB things like that. I mean, anything they could curse at, they would, and everybody would start laughing. And it's like,
Because today, you
mhm,
gotta remember something. The audience today is stupid,
yeah,
especially the American audience. Americans are basically stupid people.
hmm,
Okay. We really are. I include all of us, well,
right,
except me. Because, most people are stupid.
yeah,
I have to be the one to point it out. And it has, takes an
hmm,
intellectual like myself to point out when somebody's being a dipshit.
right.
Joseph, uh, inside joke, folks. You guys don't know that. But Amelia does.
Right.
Being able to make fun of yourself is also important. And Judy
Yes.
Tenuta did that.
Yes.
She did that. I'll tell you who else did that. The guest that we have coming on Monday night, Jerry Jewell.
Hmm.
Jerry made a career out of self-deprecating humor. She has, cerebral palsy.
Hmm.
Who better than to make fun of it than somebody who has it?
Yes.
She was fucking hilarious.
Very. She
I
still is.
never needed to. She never cursed. She
No.
didn't need to. She was just. See, Jerry was funny because she never told jokes. She
No.
wasn't. Jerry Jewell is not a joke teller.
No.
She's a storyteller, and she'll tell you that. And we're going to talk about that Monday. The difference between comedians and storytellers. There was a guy. Oh God, you guys are really probably. I'm giving my age away now. You guys are probably too young to remember, but there was a guy named Gene Shepard many years ago. He was a political humorist. Okay. This guy was so dry, but so on the money funny that you wondered how did he do it with a straight face.
Hmm.
But there are people like that. There's a guy, I want you to check him out. Look him up. Stephen Wright. Stephen Wright they call him the king of deadpan comedy.
Hmm.
His face never moves.
Oh wow.
Never moves, but he's funny as shit. Oh my God, it's hilarious. And I think Leon might know who Stephen Wright is. If you do, chime in, Lee. Yeah, good guy. So tonight's show, Amelia,
Right.
I gave you a challenge today.
Yes.
This
Last minute
morning, I
too.
said, put together a list. Yeah, first thing this morning, I said, put together a
Yeah.
list of your favorite and not so favorite guests. Well, that was a real quick list. I know that one. I'm sure I know that. So let's talk about this. We're going to talk tonight. Some of our show tonight, by the way, folks, is some of our favorite and not so favorite guests. I have guests on my list from both entertainment, show business, and a couple from the world of wrestling. And Leon could probably guess the couple people I got from the world of wrestling on here. I'll give you his initials, Vince Russo. Go ahead, Neil. Who's on your let's start with the short one first. Who's on your forgettable list and why?
Like the ones that I didn't really care for list.
Yeah, that one, exactly.
The Nature Boy
That's the
Buddy
list I'm talking
Landell
about.
one.
Who?
Buddy Landell. Ugh.
Buddy Landell.
Yeah.
No, sweetie. Buddy Landell died 5 years ago, 8 years ago, something like
Well,
that.
he was on our show, remember?
Wasn't No, not Buddy Landell. Eddie Mansfield.
Eddie Mansfield. There you go. That one.
Buddy, I was going to say Buddy. I'm sorry, Buddy. God rest your
Oh,
soul.
not him. Sorry. Eddie Mansfield. Yeah, that one.
Why didn't you like Eddie? Eddie's a good guy.
Oh my God, he was horrible.
Eddie?
Yes, he was.
Are
so
you sure you got the
ruthless
right
and
guy?
cocky, and he was so fucking cocky. Sorry, not to curse, but oh my God, he was so cocky.
Well, that's Eddie Mansfield, the Continental Lover. Of course he's cocky.
He can do this with his Continental Lover or whatever.
Eddie, Pitbull just flipped your ass off.
Yeah, he could kiss my ass.
Eddie's a good guy.
No.
Let me just defend Eddie Mansfield. Not that he needs me to defend him.
No.
But let me explain something though. So it's really important, please. Okay, so you got to remember something. Professional wrestlers, if there's a camera or microphone in front of them, they go into character. That's his character.
Well, I didn't need his character that day on the show. I wanted to have just him on the show.
But you have to understand something. A wrestler doesn't know. Leon, vouch for me, bro. You got to understand.
Like Scott. But seriously, I did not like his character.
Buddy Landell was a great. My brother-in-law Scott's going, damn girl, holy shit.
I'm serious. Okay, you asked my opinion, so I'm giving you my opinion.
Yeah, but you just shit on a dead guy.
Not Buddy Landell. I didn't mean him. Okay, there you go.
But I knew Buddy. Buddy was a great guy.
Well, I didn't mean him. Sorry, Buddy Landell. God rest your soul. But anyway.
So you don't like Eddie Mansfield? I think
I cannot stand that man. Not even when he was a wrestler going to Odessa, Texas.
Well, period. He worked almost his whole career between Texas and Tennessee.
Oh, I know, but
some Florida too.
Yeah,
he worked for Florida Championship Wrestling for what's his name? Eddie Graham. He worked for Eddie Graham in Florida.
Yeah,
he worked in Texas. He worked for, I'll tell you,
Southwest Championship Wrestling. Southwest Championship Wrestling,
which was Joe Blanchard, Tully Blanchard's dad.
Oh yeah, that's another one. Tully Blanchard. Oh,
Tully?
Wow.
Yeah, well, Tully's a nice guy.
Daddy,
I'm sorry, guys, that my co-host Pitbull is taking a big dump on you guys. I don't know what got into her.
You told me to make a list. That's what I'm doing. Okay. But I got more.
Are you making your list as you go, or is it like on paper like mine? Oh, gosh, she wrote shit down. Forget about it. We're in trouble. All right, let me ask you a question. Forget that.
Okay, you want me to go to the next one?
What did you? Yeah, please.
Gunnar Pope.
Oh, my God, please. His mother should be beaten with a wet bamboo, taken out back and be beaten with wet bamboo. His mother should be ashamed of herself for putting that kid in front of a camera and a microphone. He looks like $1 million.
Yes.
But he's got a big piece of shit in his mouth when he opens it up to speak, because he can't speak. Somebody forgot to coach the kid on how to work a camera and microphone.
And how to do interviews.
That's what I'm talking about.
And when you had some information to give him on where to write stuff down, all he had, I hate to say it, but he had to write on a Bible. That's all he had to write with. He didn't have pen and paper handy. He didn't have anything to write on or anything like that. I was like, really? That's all you had to write on? You should be more prepared. I'm sorry to tell you, but next time you need to have this with you.
Gunnar, of course, was never invited back, and his mother, by the way, was never invited onto the show. She is a allegedly so-called actress. Now, if you think about something, the whole family wants to be influencers.
Yeah.
Of course, none of them are because they're not that fucking important and nobody gives a shit. Okay, you know what an influencer is? T- Amelia, you're a TikToker, right? Tell everybody what an influencer does.
Well, what they do is they get on camera and they're sweet and kind. Oh, they'll start talking to you. Hey, the guys, this is so and so. I'm, good doing this great product here, or you should like this thing. I'm into this kind of thing now, and kind of stuff like that. And or I have, I'm going to this kind of club, or whatever they're into at the
Yeah.
time, basically.
What Amelia is explaining to you, what she's describing to you as an influencer, they're paid spokespeople.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'll use this word. I'm going to pull the onion back on
Like, for
TikTok.
example, this thing right here. You should try
Exactly.
this right here. It's great. It's delicious.
Yeah.
It's blah blah blah. Things like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She had to cover her label because
Mm-hmm.
they're not sponsors of ours.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But see this here?
Mm-hmm.
Biden Fetterman 2024. It's a no-brainer.
Right.
Because they ain't got a fucking brain between the two of
Right.
them. Actually, John Fetterman turned out to have a pretty good fucking brain on his shoulders. But an influencer, basically, as Amelia said, they're
Mm-hmm.
paid to push a product or a
Right.
service.
Mm-hmm.
There are no influencers who just become influencers.
Not like that overnight.
No, they don't. They don't fucking exist.
No.
They're paid spokespeople. They work for companies.
Yes, correct.
If you don't believe that, I've got lists over here.
Mm-hmm.
You want to go because we're going to do a show on influencers,
Right.
TikTok influencers. Who are they really, and who do they really work for? See, because while you guys are jerking off, I'm over here doing research.
Right.
Okay. Now, push my buttons. Go ahead, I dare you.
And another one that I had brought on, thinking, okay, well, maybe this guy's legit, and you did your research and found out he was a total whack job, was Arthur Fleck.
Oh my God! Oh,
that one. I don't know if he was on your
please.
list or not, but he's on mine.
Oh yeah, he's on my shit list big time. Arthur Fleck is a so-called music producer.
He's so-called people.
So-called music producer who allegedly met the devil in person. Said that the devil works for the music business. Well, we know the devil works in the music business.
We did several shows on it, people.
The devil is the music minister of heaven. That's what his job was.
Yeah.
That's when he got kicked out because he didn't want to be the music minister. He wanted to be God.
Exactly.
Okay. So he became God in the music business on earth. That's why, if you want to know why your music, there you go. Why you want to know why your music is what it is? Hello.
Yeah.
Real simple. Here's what Arthur Fleck sold Amelia. He sold her on the idea that he is a music producer. He's got connections and blah, 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 blah. I said, okay, I will put him on. It took me, folks, not even 5 minutes, because I've been doing this a long time. Okay. I'm doing radio and TV since I was 18 years old. Okay. I've been on the radio at 18.
Right.
Okay. And left radio in 2009. Okay. I worked radio from 1977 to 2009 and television. So I've been around for a little bit. Okay. And I know what I'm talking about. My instincts, when I can smell bullshit a mile away. Okay.
Right.
When Arthur, as soon as he said the key word to me, and I knew what I was listening for, he said that key word and went, bullshit, bullshit.
Yeah.
You ain't who you say you are, brother. And I just found you out.
Yeah, and you let him have the whole hour, so that way, like you said, that he could just see
I
what
gave
else.
him,
Because
you know what they say, Amelia? Give him
having
enough
enough
rope
rope.
and he'll hang himself. Yep.
And didn't you call him out on one of his lives on TikTok too?
I called him out on 4 of his lives.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Guess what? You would have think he would block me.
And he didn't.
Never blocked me.
Mm-mm.
Can't block me.
Right.
You can't block the truth.
Right.
You can't block the truth. If you start blocking the truth, Arthur, you're not going to have anybody to lie to. You understand me, you prick?
Right.
Piece of shit out there, Arthur Fleck. It's not even his real name. His real name was Santiago Gutierrez. Okay? He had 2 last names. Santiago Gutierrez.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't even black. He was trying to pass for black. He was Hispanic.
Yes.
I love the Hispanic people. I love the black people too. I like all people. There are certain attitudes I hate,
Right.
but I don't really hate anybody. You know? Even though I've said that, I hate the Jews, I don't hate the Jews. I don't like some of the shit they do.
Right.
You know? Hate is a pretty staunch word.
Yeah, it is. But it just sometimes you have to use
look,
it.
the truth is the truth.
Yeah.
You can't run from the truth.
You cannot run from the truth because eventually will catch up to you.
Fleck, I thought to myself, you know what? These are the conversations I have with myself when I'm on the air. When you see me on the air, folks, and I'm sitting back and I'm going like this, and I'm listening, my brain is going, Mad Dog, just let him talk.
Yeah.
Let him talk.
Yeah.
Give him enough slack, he's going to bury himself.
Exactly.
Okay. This is why you always listen to that inner voice called your gut.
Yep.
Listen to it. Who else is on your list, Meal?
Just like you did the first night with Savannah Paranormal. You just let them talk and talk and talk the first night. You were so pleasant and so sweet to them. And the second night, you buried their ass.
Savannah Paranormal.
Yes. First night, he was
Tell
so
everybody what
sweet.
happened. That was a fun show.
He got to talk to them about certain things that they do.
We had this group on 2 nights, Amelia.
Yeah, we had them on 2 nights. The first night, he let them explain on what they do, where they go, what equipment they use, what kind of clients they hire or who they go to. And they were talking about what adventures they had gone to. And
I'm going to make a confession tonight that I never did.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I'm going to confess something to you, Amelia.
Go ahead.
That you don't know.
Okay.
And I'm going to confess something to my audience that they don't know.
Okay.
Okay. When I booked that show, just hear me out. Hear me out. When I booked Savannah Paranormal, I don't book anybody unless I do my research. I knew going into it what my plan was. My plan was day one, make them feel comfortable, kiss their ass, butter them up a little bit, make them feel important. Day two, continue day one, then add the monkey wrench. That monkey wrench was knowing that I was going to play that video. They didn't know that video was coming. What video is he talking about, Mad Dog? Well, let me tell you what video Mad Dog is talking about. The video Mad Dog is talking about is so-called psychic.
So
Listen, I'm not making this up, folks. I'm
He's not.
swearing to you, I'm
I
not. Go
swear.
watch the show. The show is still on YouTube,
Yes.
and they've never denied it.
No.
They can't. They can't. They said to me, I want to tell you what they said to me, that we're going to sue you for slander. Yeah, go right ahead. Prove that slander is I lied about you. That's slander. Prove I lied about you.
Right.
Prove it. I've got the video. What do you got?
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you what happened, folks. I gotta laugh. I had a video clip of a psychic that Savannah Paranormal used. I swear to you, you know I'm not lying, folks. I wouldn't lie to you. Listen to me. The psychic said to the spirit, a
dead spirit.
just relax and breathe. I'm not, Amelia, please tell me if I'm lying, please.
He's not lying, I swear. He's not
Please tell me if I made any of that up.
He told somebody that's dead that cannot breathe just to relax and breathe. I'm sorry. It's not funny. But he did. He told somebody.
Did anything that I say, was it a lie?
No, it's not a lie because it's still there.
Oh, by the way, Leon Barfield just pointed something out. Arthur Fleck is also the name used by the Joker in the Joker movies with Joaquin Phoenix. So Arthur Fleck couldn't even come up with an original name, okay? He had to steal a name from the movie. Do you know why he was using the name Arthur Fleck? Think about what you're looking at. Arthur Fleck is the Joker. What Arthur Fleck was telling us is, it's all a big joke, Mad Dog. It's all a big joke, Pitbull. I lied to you, but it's a big joke. I'm Arthur Fleck. I'm the Joker. Leon just showed you.
Wow.
I saw through Savannah Paranormal in 2 minutes. Yeah, Leon watched that show.
Yeah, that one was too funny.
The best part was when the girl got up. I swear to God, she did this. I'm not lying. She went like this. Well, we don't need this shit.
Yep. And before that, though, she flipped us off.
Flipped us off and shut her. I'm sorry, folks. I know you missed my face. You got to see my head.
And then they went. I took a sneak peek on my phone, and they went on their own live, and they go. Yeah, we just got off the air with them. They were bullying us. Go on their live and bully them. Blah blah blah. I said, yeah, come on, welcome it.
Come on,
bully us.
Bring it.
And
have we, Amelia, in 3.5 years that you've been my co-host, 3.5 years long, 3.5 really long years.
Watch it.
Have I ever backed down from a challenge?
You have not.
Never.
And I've even defended you too, remember?
Yep.
I
have never, not once, I have never backed down and never ever will back down.
We will never back down from anybody.
Never. That ain't happening. Not on this show.
Nope.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Who else is on your shit list? And then we'll get to your favorite list.
Well, I have one of your probably favorites, but it's not one of mine. It's Jeffrey Mark.
Really?
Yeah.
He's on my shit list too. Jeffrey Mark, the man who loves to tell everybody how wonderful he is. And how I make his pants tight when he comes on the show. Well, look, I have that effect on gay men. I'm sorry.
He does.
Look, Jeffrey, if he's there, look, there it is, our best and worst. If
Yeah.
I make your pants tight, hey, I'm good. These are some of my favorite people. Some of my, not a couple of people that we could have did without.
Yeah.
Um, Eddie Deason was another one who was a fart in church. You know,
Yes.
Eddie Deason doesn't have anything going for him except his voice. Hi, hi, hi. That's Eddie Deason. Hi, I'm Eddie
And he
Deason.
likes to tell
I talk
us,
like a little girl.
and he likes to
Okay,
tell
yeah.
us how long he wants to be on the show instead of being an hour. Our show's an hour long. If you're going to be here, you should be here
Now
an
you
hour
don't
long.
tell me how long you're going to come out. You come on
Exactly.
this show.
It's going to be an
This
hour.
show is a 60 to 90-minute broadcast.
Exactly.
That's how the shit rolls here.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
And nobody gets to tell the Mad Dog anything. Okay. Even the pit bull don't tell Mad Dog shit.
Unless
Okay.
it's a schedule change.
Except for schedule changes. And Amelia, I need this as phone number. I don't write shit down, folks. I'll just tell the whole
Yeah.
world the truth. I will just confess to the world. I don't write nothing down.
Mhm.
I put it in my phone, and then somehow miraculously I end up deleting
It
shit.
goes bye-bye.
So bye-bye. Bye-bye. So
Yeah.
as we speak, Amelia is compiling a list of stuff. Amelia, from the pictures that you're seeing,
Mhm.
some of your favorite people from there.
Yes. Kevin Sorbo.
Kevin,
course.
definitely, I'm with you on that one.
Yes, and Johnny Patillo, of course,
Johnny, absolutely, for
he's
sure.
been a real good friend because right when Jeff passed away, he let me speak with Tony Orlando for a brief moment
Yeah.
and gave my condolence. He gave me condolences, which was
The
so
bitch
wonderful.
got to talk to Tony Orlando.
Yeah, yes,
He's
and
coming on the show too. You don't know it yet, but he is.
oh, fantastic! And of course, Mary Murphy, she is hilarious.
Oh, Mary Murphy. Let me tell you something. She is just so crazy about the Mad Dog.
Mhm.
Okay, she
Yes,
loves Mad Dog.
yes.
Okay, what's not to love? Come on. Okay, look. Come on.
And I see another person that's going to be a returning guest, of course, Lacey J. Dalton.
Lacey will be here in a couple weeks,
Yes.
right?
Hmm.
Lacey will be here in a couple weeks. My favorite people on this list, I'll tell you.
Uh,
George Slaughter, of course,
yes,
who created Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In.
absolutely.
Doug Lazader, the Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist that we had. This guy is just, man, he's just so smart. It's
Yes.
scary. You know? I mean, I'm brilliant, but this guy is like genius brilliant, okay? Let's see.
Oh, yes. I found out early.
Babe Ruth 28 said Diddy got off. Well, he kind of, sort of. He was convicted on lesser charges. Let me just show you how corrupt the New York judicial system is, okay? I've already heard from a couple of folks that the jury was tampered with,
Yes.
okay? I've already heard that they will be investigating inside jury tampering. If you can look at the video of Diddy and his freak offs and Diddy beating the shit out of a girl in a hotel, and you can let him walk, then there's a bigger problem than just a racial issue here. And it's very much a racial issue here. Okay? Let's be real clear about it. Real clear. The biggest, and there's also a sexist issue here.
Yes.
Because the city and state of New York made a huge, huge mistake hiring an all-female prosecution team.
Absolutely.
Female prosecutors historically lose. Why? Because they don't have the intestinal fortitude or the testicular fortitude that male prosecutors have. In other words, they don't go after blood in the water like a shark. Yeah, I said it. Okay, so you got a problem address your sexist comments to me. And I stand by my comment.
Yes.
You know, piece of crap for Babe Ruth. You're absolutely right,
Yes.
babe. Absolutely right. The piece of shit from jump. From jump, for real.
Absolutely.
One of the things I said early on is that if he does end up getting off,
Hmm.
watch all the gangbangers in New York. They're going to have a fucking block party.
Oh yeah.
And my words were prophetic because they're already planning a party.
Oh, absolutely.
They're
From the
expecting
beginning.
over 100,000 people to a fucking block party celebrating Diddy.
Hmm.
Okay, this is what we're talking about. You get it? Do you fucking get it?
Oh,
You know,
and going to his house and everything. They're already started planning parties. Probably already right now. You never know.
they're already planning more freak offs.
Oh,
Who's on your favorite guest list, Mel?
of course, Sylvia Kirby, and she's one of my favorite country singers. Of course, I got
I'm
to meet
sorry,
her.
but Sylvia is on my shit list because she was a fart in church.
Oh,
Lacey J. Dalton ran circles around Sylvia. Ran circles around her.
well, she was my
Sylvia
childhood
is
favorite
not.
country singer. So,
I'm sorry, Amelia, but Sylvia is not media savvy. She doesn't know how to work the camera. She's too kind.
hmm
She's too nice.
Mhm.
There's a such thing when you're doing an interview as being too nice because the host or another guest could run over you. And Lacey J. Dalton's been around this business a long time. When she smells blood in the water, she's going after it because she
right.
wants to look good,
Hmm.
even if it makes Sylvia look bad. And you guess what? I'm with Lacey.
Hmm.
I'm with Lacey.
Well, I guess it's
Sylvia
just
made herself look bad. Your next favorite guest.
I would say Nicola Roberts because she helped me make a childhood dream come true and stick it to some childhood bullies. As I said, I'd never
Baby
meet her.
doll,
Haha.
Nicola Roberts.
Yes.
Nicola Roberts. All right, well, let's talk about that.
Hmm.
Nicola Roberts, she's also one of my favorite guests.
Yes.
But there's another wrestling personality that made, you're going to love this, folks.
Hmm.
He made my favorite list and my worst list,
Oh,
but for two different reasons.
okay.
Vince Russo.
Hmm.
Vince
Yeah.
has been on this show four
Look alike.
times. Vince Russo's been a guest on the show four times. Okay. I like Vince. I know Vince is a bullshitter. I know this going into it.
Right.
Okay. But I think he's an entertaining bullshitter. So I just, again, like the Arthur Fleck, I just let Vince talk
Hmm.
because, he's Vince Russo and he was, head of creative at WWE, head writer.
Right.
So when you get Vince Russo on your show, and Vince and I like each other, he knows me, I know him. I like having Vince here, but sometimes you could take the bullshit a little too far.
Ah. Hmm.
I had Vince Russo, who was a big Tiny Tim fan,
Hmm.
and he said to me, Angelo, bro, if you could get Tiny Tim's manager on the show, I'll come on and I'll talk, okay?
Mm.
Bro, guess what I did?
Mm.
He didn't know it at the time, but Mad Dog knows a lot of people.
Right.
I called my buddy Stephen Plim. Well, guess who Stephen Plim is? I'm going to show you.
Tiny Tim's manager. Yeah.
Stephen Plim is on this right here. He's the guy right underneath Kevin Sorbo.
Yes.
You see that picture? Stephen Plim is right underneath Kevin Sorbo.
Mhm.
Stephen Plim, folks, happened to be the manager of Tiny Tim. He also happened to be Tiny Tim's best friend in the world. Okay? And Tiny Tim, God rest his soul, died in front of Stephen Plim,
Mm.
performing Tiptoe Through Tulips. God rest his soul. He should never have been performing because he wasn't in good health.
Right.
But Tiny Tim is an icon. He's an American treasure, and we still talk about him all these years after his passing. And they're still playing Tiptoe Through the Tulips,
Yes, they are.
and he's still on TikTok. Tiny
Yes.
Tim is huge on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that there are like 12 pages dedicated to Tiny Tim?
Oh, absolutely. And I
I'm
was
not even, folks,
mm-mm.
I'm not making this up.
No.
Go on TikTok. There's at least 12,
Mm-hmm.
maybe more.
Right.
But I know there's at least a dozen. All
Mm-hmm.
right, now. Who else?
Alistair Cross,
Talking
of
about
course.
Vince Russo. Oh no, I was talking about Vince Russo.
Yeah.
But here's the other thing though.
Mm-hmm.
From a guest point of view, Vince is a very interesting character. He's got a big personality, you know,
Right.
but the thing that put him on the worst list
Mm-hmm.
wasn't his appearance, it was the reaction his appearance got. Because people were shit.
Oh.
You see where I'm going? People were shitting all over him.
Mm.
You know, Russo's a liar. Russo's a piece of shit. Russo this and Russo killed WCW. First
Uh-huh.
of all, get the fuck over it, okay? Vince Russo had nothing to do with the death of WCW. Okay, that honor, ladies and gentlemen, wrestling fans around the world, the honor for the death of WCW belongs to Time Warner.
Mm.
I would love to pass blame to Hulk Hogan
I thought I
and
was going to say
Eric
Eric
Bischoff.
Bischoff. I thought you were going to say Eric Bischoff.
Because guess what?
Yeah.
Eric Bischoff actually improved WCW and Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
He made them better. I think Hulk, believe it or not, just me, I think Hogan was better as a heel
Yeah, he
than
was
he ever
actually.
was as a baby face.
NWO better. Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Leon, you be hating on my buddy Leon. He goes, I can't stand Russo. This is the kind. Yeah, 4 times. Babe Ruth don't like him either. Babe, listen, I like
him, right?
You got to remember something, you guys. You just take it with a grain of salt. When you invite Vince and he says yes, and he's never said no to me, okay? I could call him up now and say, hey, Vince, would you come on the show tomorrow? And he'd be here, okay? You got to understand, take this with a grain of salt.
Right.
He lives in the wrestling bubble.
Yes.
The bubble that he talks about with everybody else. Look in the mirror, Russo. I love you, Vince. You're a great guy. Nice guy to me. You've always been good to me. You never said no to me. But Vince, you need to look in the mirror. You're living in the same bubble you're accusing these guys of. Because he's 65 years old. He's 63.
Mm-hmm.
He's 2 years younger than me. Okay? But you got to remember something, Vince. You are a product of the wrestling business. You working people just like they are. You're a personality just like they are. You know? Anybody that puts the world championship on himself, come on, he can't be all there. Right. You know? But I say that with love, Vince. You know? All right, now it's time for one more from your positive list, guy.
Well, I have two actually together, or you can put them separate. Alistair Cross, Tamara
However you
Thorne.
want to do them, yeah. Yeah.
Alistair Cross, Tamara Thorne are our authors.
Perfect, both of them.
Mm-hmm.
They are on. I love them too. They're on my list.
Yes.
I have more entertainment people on my list. That definitely my favorite people. You don't get the really, if you're in this business, You don't get any bigger a guest.
Right.
Probably the biggest guest we've ever had in the history of this show, George Slaughter.
Mm-hmm.
He created Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In. He worked with Clark Gable, Judy Garland, Marilyn Monroe, Jane Mansfield, Mickey Rooney, um, Errol Flynn. He worked with some of the biggest movie stars and television stars in the world.
Right.
He was the producer of the Judy Garland show.
Mm-hmm.
He worked with Jack Parr. He gave Johnny Carson his big break. He gave Tiny Tim his big break. You have people that have become famous from Rowan and Martin's Laughing that were nobodies. This is a guy
Mm-hmm.
who took 12 nobodies and made huge,
Huge.
huge stars out of them. Goldie Hawn
Mm-hmm.
was I'm sorry, not even 19. She was just turned 18 years old. She was working as a dancer in a club
Mm-hmm.
when she got discovered. And he hired her because she was fucking funny.
Yes.
And she is. She's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Tiny Tim, Alan Seuss, Art Carney,
Lily Tomlin.
Lily Tomlin, Joanne Worley. These are names. There were
Mhm.
nobodies then.
Nobody's then. Yeah.
Nobodies then. But now we all know who they are.
Mhm.
Thanks to George Slaughter. Another list on Lacey J. Ronnie Marmo,
Yes.
television and film actor Ronnie Marmo, who did such an amazing job with Criminal Intent and
Mhm.
with Joe Montana and Lenny Bruce story.
Dean Butler.
I Am Lenny Bruce. The show he did called I Am Lenny
Mhm.
Bruce.
Yes.
I'm not a comedian. I'm Lenny Bruce. That was the name of the show.
Yes.
Again, Vince Russo, Michael Paré,
Yes.
the
Another big.
Philadelphia Experiment, Streets of Fire, Eddie and the Cruisers 1 and 2. The Beast Comes at Midnight.
Yes.
Mayday, Avalanche. Michael Paré movies. God Almighty. Michael has done and been in, starred in, and co-starred in over 300 movies.
That's a lot.
300 movies. He started acting when he was 15.
That's a lot.
He was 17 years old, 18 years old when he did Eddie and the Cruisers. And here's the best part. He didn't want to be an actor. He was a chef. He was going to school to be a chef.
Mhm.
And he's a damn good cook, by the way.
Yeah.
You know,
And what
he's
about
really good. He's really a very talented guy.
Dean Butler from Little House on the
Dean,
Prairie?
yes, I got Dean here. Sean, Tim, and Jason are guys from Eastbound and Down, the
Yeah.
Smoking Bandit tribute. We're going to be, you're going to see a lot of them, by the way, because we're going to have them as a sponsor. Man, our chat's lining up here. Who's we got? Thoughts on Rob Feinstein? Rob has been on the show, by the way. Let me caveat something. Rob Feinstein was on the show. I put a caveat on his appearance. I said, Rob, I want you on the show, but I will not ask you about what happened on To Catch a Predator. Okay? If you can accept that and we could deal with it and go move forward, you can come on my show. He said, you're the only person that's ever said that to me. I said, look, I'm a straight up guy. I'm a fair guy.
Yeah.
You don't want to talk about it? I don't want to talk about it. I have no interest. Whatever you do in your private life, I don't give a fuck. You know?
Yeah, because you always ask them what they want to talk about or what you don't want to talk about right before, and they agree
Yeah.
to it.
I
Right.
said it. I told,
Yeah.
look, Whatever happened on To Catch a Predator, I don't give a
Mhm.
fuck.
Yeah.
That's not me. Doesn't
Mhm.
affect me. Doesn't affect my show. Okay. Come on the show. We're going to talk about wrestling. We're going to talk about how you and I met. I met him years and years ago in Philadelphia
Mhm.
because we used to hang out at the airport Marriott.
Mhm.
After the shows at the Philadelphia Civic Center, all the guys used to come to the Marriott and hang out at the bar.
Right.
That's where I made all my wrestling connections, folks, at the
Mhm.
fucking bar. You know how drunk I had to get? I spent a lot of money on alcohol, folks, back in the day.
He did.
Oh, I'm making myself sound like a lush. That's Amelia's job. She's the lush. Oh, Kevin Sorbo. Yes.
Yes.
He's another one. Kevin Sorbo, by the way, said he would come back. Amelia's going to get a hold of him
Okay.
because he owes us an appearance. He had to
Yeah.
cancel an appearance. So when you start sending out your invites, Mel,
Mhm.
make sure Kevin gets a phone call and an email.
Yes.
Okay. Johnny Whitaker, another one of my favorite guests. Johnny Whitaker played Jody on Family Affair. You remember that show when the little kids Buffy and Jody and Uncle
Yes.
Bill and Mr. French
Mhm.
and Sissy. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Johnny's a good friend of mine. He's a really dear friend of mine, Johnny Whitaker. And yeah, and he said no for a long time because he didn't really like not that he
Mhm.
didn't like podcasts, he didn't understand them.
Yes.
I said, Johnny, here's the deal. Simple. It's radio with video.
Yes.
He said, well, then it's television. I said,
Yeah.
no,
That kind
no,
of,
it's
but
not television. We're on television, yeah, but this is radio
right.
that you and I can see each other.
And it's live.
Well, it's always live. It's always live.
You know what? Is this some other person that
Oh,
we need to mention as well? That's my favorite, and I know it's your favorite as well.
the Manscaped commercial. Yes, I
No,
know.
no.
What?
Our own Pastor Steve, the Rowdy
Oh
Rev.
my God, the Rowdy Rev. We
Yes.
love Pastor Steve Kwakowski.
Yes.
We almost had him on tonight because Amelia was going to bring him on tonight. I said, Emil, change of plans. We're going to do our favorite and least favorite guests.
Mhm.
Yeah, Kevin was definitely, for sure, one of my favorites because Kevin was really, really generous with his time.
Yes.
The night that we had him, he did seven podcast interviews just that night.
That boom, like that, right in a
Just
row.
that night. Boom, 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 boom. Knock him right
Yeah.
out. 7. Imagine starting at 12 o'clock in the afternoon and doing 1 hour podcast all fucking day long. Can you
Yeah.
imagine that?
Mm.
Crazy. Let me tell you something there, Babe Ruth. There's not much I won't say. I don't shy away from nothing, my brother. I don't shy away from nothing. Nothing. See this? 5'2", and my balls are 4'9" of it. Okay. Write that down. Mad Dog is 5'2", and 4'9" of him is balls. Testicular fortitude, like Mick Foley would say. I'm gonna have him on here one night.
Right.
I'm gonna get him on here, and we're gonna talk about everything except wrestling.
Yes.
Everything except wrestling. With the other favorite. Oh God, one of my favorite shows to do is Celebrity Lookalikes. Got shout out to Michael Simmons and Gil Garcia.
Yes.
Our
Yes.
Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons lookalikes.
Mhm.
Man, let me tell you something. They look more like Paul and Gene than Paul and Gene do. Am I lying?
No, you're not. It's like
I am not even kidding.
yeah.
You know what? Talk to them. I'm gonna get their picture. Good talk.
Yeah, because it's like he said we're gonna have lookalikes, and I thought, okay, I'm just gonna do my research on them. I'm not gonna look at the picture because I'm gonna be surprised. He goes, yeah, You'll be surprised. And as soon as they came on, I was just my mouth just dropped to the floor. I was like, "Oh my god, they look more than them the original look-alike." And come to find out, they even sound just like them. I was like, "Oh my goodness." And they were performing, and the one Michael Simmons Santos actually also he is a painter as well, come to find out. And I was like, he is a great artist too. And I was like, well, we were going to have him on, I think, one time also for his artwork, but something happened as well for that show. But we want to have him on again so you guys can see what we were talking about. They do
I
look a
found
lot
them.
alike. Oh, good.
I found them. I
I was
had to
telling
go through
them,
my archives because if you know anything about, don't laugh at me, Pitbull.
oh no, it's going to
Yeah, I
laugh.
know why she's laughing, folks, because we go through this every fucking. Well, here's what happens. Okay, I have a filing system, sorta,
Right.
that usually never works.
And it's not the Amelia file.
And the Amelia file. Let me show you. I'm going to show you Michael first. Okay, this is Michael Simmons. Okay, check this out. And this is for real, folks.
Hmm.
Check this out.
Yeah. Wow, right?
That's not Gene.
No.
That is not Gene Simmons. This is Michael Santos. He calls himself Michael Santos Simmons with a Z
Yeah, with the Z.
because he
Mhm.
believes it's bad luck to use the name Simmons.
Yes.
And he's absolutely. The other one, I'm going to show you this one.
This one
This will
is,
blow you away. Watch this shit. This is Gil Garcia.
look at that.
That's not Paul Stanley.
It is not.
Okay. That is not, I repeat, that is not Paul Stanley. That's Gil Garcia from, I think, San Francisco or Sacramento,
Mhm.
California. Rosie is 5'3". Oh yeah, Mr. French, Sebastian Cabot, the God rest his soul. He was they said Sebastian Cabot was really difficult to work with. I don't know why. But there's Gil and there's Michael
Mhm.
Santos. And by the way, they know each other and
Yes.
they work with each other. It's scary how much they look alike, really,
Very much so.
you know? But my other favorite, oh God, here we go. Oh, and one of my other favorite lookalikes, Danny Lopez.
Yes.
This guy, Danny Lopez, is scary. I'm going to show you Danny. Where do you see this one? Because I have Danny's picture close by, so I don't have to go nuts finding it. Thankfully.
I
You
remember
know?
that one time the paparazzi following him around thought he was Johnny Depp. That was
Oh
hilarious.
yeah. Yeah, they thought he was Johnny.
Yeah, and they were like,
Um
"Hey, how you doing? How's your day been?" And he's like, "Fine."
yeah, he's like, we're good.
We're doing good. We're just
Where
sitting
did he
here,
go? I can't find
enjoying
the
the sights.
picture. This is
And
the guy. See, folks. Now you're witnessing.
mhm.
You are experiencing an Angelo Mad Dog brain fart because now I got to try and find what the hell I did with this shit. Where did I go
And
with it
while
all?
he's looking for that too, another person that
Wait a
I
minute.
is
Hold
on
on.
my favorite list is Dan Emer, an author who wrote
Oh
The
yeah,
Satan Gene.
the Satan gene.
It's a great book. You ought to check that out as well if you have a chance. This Satan Gene, the Satan
Dan is an
acronym.
interesting guy because Dan he's really not per se a you know what kind of author you want to say.
Yeah. He's laid
He
back
is.
kind of author of it.
Oh, here you go. Check this out. Here's a picture of Michael and oh, I'm sorry, wrong one, folks.
Danny
I was
Lopez.
yeah, I got the wrong one. I'm looking for Danny.
Mhm.
I can't find Danny. Where the fuck did you go? I know I had his picture. See, you know what happened, folks? Is Pitbull put the jinx on me?
I did
Now I
not.
can't find shit. Oh, here you go. Here's another one of our favorites.
Yep.
Angelo Capone, Jerry Lewis lookalike. Angelo is a great guy.
Mhm.
Angelo is like us. He's a conspiracy kook.
Yes.
And he's a wonderful guy. And my wife and I got to see him. He actually made her part of the show one night. I laughed my ass off. Oh my god, it was fucking hilarious. Where is it? I could have swore. Amelia, I could have swore that Dan was on it, but he's not.
Yeah,
Danny
yeah, I think
Lopez,
we
no, he's
had.
not there.
Hmm.
Oh well, I owe you one, folks. I'll have to find it.
You have to find it, but show them what we actually won.
Oh, check this out.
Yes.
This is from Podcast Addict.
Yes.
We got back in the day, if you won something, they would send it to you in a mail. Like,
Mhm.
now they fucking email it to you. I opened up my email from Podcast Addict. It said notice enclosed. I went, notice? What? I owe somebody money, right?
Right.
No, this was the notice. It said Podcast Addict Awards for Excellence in Podcast Entertainment, Talk and Variety, presented by Podcast Addict Choice. That's their subscribers. They call them Choice.
Mhm.
Awarded to What's the Buzz Podcast and WWTF WTBR Radio 88.7 and Mad Dog Media. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you
We're
so
very
much.
grateful to have that. I
Yes.
appreciate it. And I'm going to find a way because when I printed out the award, it's not exactly 8x10. It's kind of, as you can see, it's square.
Mhm.
So it's going to be interesting trying to find a square frame for this thing, but I'll come up with something somewhere. Yeah, I will. I'll find out.
If not, you'll have to get a special frame made for
I'll
that.
have to have. It'll probably cost me more for the frame than the award. Oh,
It
shit.
was well worth it, though.
Very much so.
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'll finish a couple of them. Okay, Bruce Valanche, of course. Bruce Valanche is a movie actor. He's a writer. He's an Academy Award winner, and the writer of the Academy Award. Yes, folks, we have had a Golden Globe winner on the show, 4 Emmy winners, and an Academy and 2 Grammy winners, and an Academy Award winner on the show. And Mark Sodkin,
Yes.
the writer, producer, and director of The Golden Girls, The Sinbad Show, Blansky's Beauties, Charles in Charge, Laverne and Shirley. What else, Amelia? What am I missing?
Let's see. What else did you say? Yeah, you said that. Golden Palace. He did the remake for.
Yes, the Golden Palace was another one. Yep.
And he did, I think, Empty Nest. Didn't he do Empty Nest as well?
Empty Nest, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And It's a Living. It's a Living about the
That was
waitresses.
my favorite show.
Leon, I have to call you out on this, Leon. We finished with Sebastian Cabot 35 minutes ago.
Right.
with Johnny Whittaker. No, but you're a little behind the 8 ball, Leon. Yeah. You got to stick with the current topic, brother. Because Leon does that shit. He's like lags behind. He's like kind of like you in a way. And then I got to try to bring you play catch up with you. Oh my God. People, let me talk to my audience, folks. Listen, I love you. I know you love me, but we have to have a conversation here, okay?
Oh dear.
I want you to look to my right, okay? This is what I have to deal with 3 nights a week. Then after I see Amelia, I have to close up my studio, go upstairs into my living quarters, and then I have to deal with my beautiful wife. She is like a breath of fresh air. she's like heaven coming up from hell. Okay, this is what I have to
It's
do.
so rude. Oh my goodness.
You know I love you. Shut up, you pain in my ass. How long you been with me? 3.5 years.
Yes, 3.5 years.
Have I kicked you out yet?
A few times.
I know I tried to, but you keep making your way back, bitch. Fuck, damn. Anyway, we are. Oh hell, we're after 8 o'clock. Oh, we're
Yes,
running late tonight.
yes.
Wow, damn, we are. We're running late. All right. Well, listen. Um, I just want to tell everybody that we are not back again. We're not going to see you until Monday evening with Jerry Jewell. Now,
Yes.
I say that as a caveat because, as I keep saying, tomorrow is promised to no one, and we never take that for granted. That's why we never say we'll see you tomorrow night because we don't know if we'll see you tomorrow night.
Mhm.
We say, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise, you know, God willing, and the creek don't rise, we will see you. As we remember people that aren't here anymore, like my dad, like Amelia's husband, Jeff, like my sister, Gina, like all of our pets that have gone on, like
Mm,
Rocky and Princess and Sammy and Amelia's little guys. And,
yeah.
what was your little one's name?
Gino and I had Lucy. I mean
She had
Chloe.
to name her dog after Gino. Her name,
Oh yeah, we had Lucy and we had Daisy and then we had an
right?
Ozzy.
Lucy. I remember Lucy.
I mean not Lucy. We
Yeah.
had Daisy, we had Gino, and we had an Ozzy.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Mhm.
Ozzy.
Yeah, he was a
That's
cutie
true.
pie.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Pray for the animals too.
Mhm.
Let's see who's got one more before we go.
But just, 4th
You
of July
just you
weekend's
about
coming up,
several
so
minutes
everybody
before you
please
said
be
I think.
safe. If you're gonna do the firework thing, just make sure that you do the safety stuff and
Oh, before.
drink
Oh,
and don't drink and drive. Be safe with that too.
yeah, yeah. 4th of July is coming up. Let's celebrate, party, have a good time. But remember something: there are other people out there that want to celebrate just like you do. Be aware. Be cautious. Be conscientious. Be safe and drive. Come back alive. Okay.
Yes.
As always, if you are struggling with mental health issues and you need help, call us at the show. I'm going to put the number up. I'm going to put this up so you understand we are here to help you. Um, and we mean this. Okay. There you go. There you go. You can reach us at this number. Okay. It's 856-449-4513. If you need help, call. We will help you.
Or
If you
email.
need to reach out, or yes, we have, and you can reach us. And I'm going to put this up for them.
Yeah, if
What's
you feel more
the
comfortable writing it, and privately, just email. And if I know
if
that
you are
that you're.
struggling with any kind of issues,
Mhm.
depression, anything at all like that, let us know at the show. It's what's the buzz podcast at gmail.com. That is our email address. You can reach us there. And if it's important, if you need to get a hold of, I will answer the phone.
Mhm.
Okay.
Or if
Promise you
you
I will.
feel that you want us privately, aachap70 at gmail.com. You can
We're
email
not
me.
we're not using that mail, you know. No,
Okay.
no, 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 no. No. Nope. The show email. You
Mhm.
can reach Amelia at that address there. What's the buzz?
Mhm.
She will get, if you address your email to Amelia, she will have it forwarded directly to her. I do
Mhm.
not want you giving out your personal email on the show because you don't know who's out there.
Right.
I'm sorry, folks, but we got to go to the show email. Do not email Amelia personally. I insist upon that. Okay.
Mm.
Now, On that note, as I said, Lord willing and the creek don't rise, we will see you Monday. Please have a safe, happy, and healthy 4th of July. Be good to everybody. Be good to your neighbors. Say something nice about your friends, okay? Even if they don't deserve it. Pass some positivity.
Yes.
On behalf of Amelia, the Pitbull Chapman, I am Angelo, the Mad Dog DeCipio. For a kinder and gentler What's the Buzz podcast, take care, folks. We'll see you next time.